Welcome to another episode of Unraveled with Marvi Sarmad, where we break down the biggest conversations shaping our world today. In an era where our lives are governed by algorithms, our thoughts are shaped by trending hashtags, and our attention hijacked by an endless digital vortex, how much control do we really have? Joining us today is Dr. Mohammad Atique, a global expert in media technology and culture, and the author of a thought provoking book, Digitally Hijacked: The Age of Influence. His work dissects the profound impact of social media and artificial intelligence on our reality, how these forces shape our discourse, public discourse, alter human relationships, and even redefine culture itself. We will be diving deep into this conversation, the evolution of social media, digital addiction, misinformation, censorship, and what lies ahead in the age of AI driven influence. Buckle up, it's going to be an eye opening conversation. A very warm welcome, Dr. Atik.
Thank you very much, Marvin, and I'm really feel great honor to having me for your show. And I would
Thank
like
you.
to something discuss about my book. What was my founding, living in China and Pakistan, and some more
Absolutely.
like in
Yeah,
more like
that's
Asian countries. So yeah.
yeah. So first, I let me start by asking you, what are you doing in China?
Yeah, so I came here for my PhD scholarship. So I did my PhD here in public administration. So my major was digital governance, actually,
Okay.
digitalizations in a
Uh-huh.
government level or something, public
Mhm.
policy, innovation policy. That was my major key area. And after that, I was teaching in a university, digital media, digital transformation or something. And now I had some time. So since last 1 year, I worked on my book. So last like couple of months, it is there online available on the Amazon. So my book is about like uh, digitally hijacked the age of influence.
Yeah, I'm
So
I'm going to ask a question about that.
Hmm.
So I just wanted to open it with your why you were there. So it's great to hear that you are doing you're doing your PhD and you are writing and you are researching, and that too in China, which does not allow too much of digital world in its own
Yeah.
set. So about the your book, Digitally Hijacked. I was looking at the synopsis that you shared with me. It presents a fascinating and at times quite an unsettling picture of how digital media and AI are shaping our lives. And you explore themes like algorithm driven public opinion, digital nostalgia, meme culture, and the psychological toll of the social media. For our viewers who might not have read the book yet, can you share the central argument you make? Are we truly in control of our, digital experiences, or have we already been hijacked by the forces of AI and social media?
Yes, you are true. You are consciously and unconsciously you have been hijacked. First thing is that my book,
Mm-hmm.
it's talk about the digitalization. And first we need to understand what is digital media. In a layman language, we say social media. Okay, social media
Yeah.
is a one part. Digitalization is a big thing. Social media are the applications we use, we communicate, we send the messages, and we buy the things. And we when we want to have a vacation, so we want to see, okay, which place looks good. We just scroll that. That is about social media application. Digital media is a big canvas. Okay, so under that there is a Netflix, there are some online things, there is a banking or something. This all come when you pay, you buy something from the Amazon or eBay or Target, especially in the US, or when you buy the tickets or you go for the cinema. So these all is a process of a digital media and that transformation as well.
Hmm.
So again, your question was that I am or we are hijacked earlier by the digital media or something. Yes, you are. Because now what is going on, so that the application, the algorithms, they give us the suggestion when you will scroll something, some specific color you are choosing for your car or your bag or something. So after that, you will see the same color will pop up, same things and prices will pop up in your application. So we need to understand the algorithms in the application, they are taking your information when you say okay, agree to the terms and the condition when you open the cookies or something. So it's mean they are going to take your information and then they will pop up to you the right color, right choices when you're looking, and they will give you more options. So in
That's
that
right. Can I just interrupt you so that you can include this thing which I'm, you know, you are absolutely right. When you search something on Google or you look at something or you are seeing some website, 2 seconds more than you should have. Uh, it just it creates uh, your the kind of the content they want you to
Hmm.
know, they want you to explore, so we would get the same. That is understandable. But I have noticed recently that we are talking in a room where our mobile is there, my laptop is there, Alexa is there, and we are talking about something. For example, yesterday we were talking about, let's have a humidifier in our home because it's too dry, and
Yeah.
conversation ended.
Hmm.
But three of us who were in the room, on all three our phones, we started getting the, advertisements of humidifiers.
Notifications. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's something very scary. So it listens to, even if you are not scrolling or searching for something on your mobile phone, they're listening to you and they're creating they are curating content for you already. Is that so?
Yes. Yeah, yeah. So these are the machines and their algorithms are there that whatever you are speaking, you are talking to them. There are some keywords they are going to pop up there in the application system. They are saving it and they will give you the specific advertisement. For example, recently I got some flu. Okay. So might be later my Facebook Messenger or my Facebook scrolling will give me advertisement about the flu, might be the nose or something relevant to that. That is the algorithms, they are taking your information and actually the main purpose is giving you an advertisement actually. The
Mm-hmm.
main thing is that, okay, is your privacy is also going to be disturbed, or you are saying that, okay, I was talking about this, but the application, the main purpose the behind is the marketing and the publicity of their brands or different things. Okay, use this medicine, do this, go there. Okay, this place is good. This is all is going on. Or at the end, okay, you will take this information, our only decision is to going to the washroom is your one. In this, I'm telling you in 2025, when you want to go to a washroom, this is your decision. But your other decision in a 24-hour is totally hijacked by the application. Buy this brand, choose
Mm-hmm.
this color, go for this vacation or this
Yeah.
place, or somewhere buy this, even something like buy from this brand or pizza order or something online. This is all the information is
Yeah.
going to be bombarded in your conscious and the subconscious mind by your applications. So this is the one part of the the publicity and the advertisement and the marketing. There's a huge in the millions of dollars they have a budget. So the now the competition is very much different. No, quality does not matter. There was an era, Japan and Germany, they want to have a quality number one. Okay, buy from Germany, no question. Okay, no,
Yeah.
quality is not a problem. Now for the companies, the problem is that how to reach to you. There is a million of a subscriber on the Amazon, eBay, Target, and so many stores are there, Alibaba or something.
Mm.
But they want that, okay, you choose my product. So when the everything is pop up here, so your mind in unconsciously or consciously registered that color. For example, when you go to the plaza or something, so the KFC and the McDonald's, they have some yellow color or might be the red color they will use to pop up the hunger in your conscious mind or unconsciously. Then you rush to buy that pizza or some fast food or something. I'm talking about in the American context. So the colors, themes, they are totally different. But they can see that, for example, the China, the America, which color is more common there, the gender bias and something like there, the algorithm. So this is the thing. I come with the idea how we can balance our life with the technology and our real life. Okay, so we need always need to keep the balance with the technology use and with our real life. Okay, so this is
Yeah.
the theme of my.
Yeah. And you see, it's not just, I think, advertisements. You are the expert, you would tell. I have also noticed that, for example, if you have read an article on QAnon and you have liked few tweets of mean right wing uh, uh, very antagonistic tweets by Elon Musk, for example, or any other
Mhm.
nut job, you will get the similar kind of in every search on every subject that you put in the search, you will get the similar right wing, Naziist kind of content, which means the
Mhm.
that you are being put in the knowledge tunnel. You just
Mhm.
look
Yeah.
at the information that the algorithm decides you should. So with that, I think your theme comes very handy, because then we are already, you're right, we are already being hijacked.
Yes. So like my this hijacking is actually is a key term, the age of influence.
Hmm.
So there is a thing and the age of influence mean what the others are doing, the influencer, the media influencer, they are telling to you, then you are going to adopt their things. For
Hmm.
example, if you want to study in a specific university, you want to do something or you want to eat something, or even if you buy something or business setting, so this is not your decision. So the age of influence mean because somebody else is telling you, and then the AI artificial algorithms, they are telling you in a feeding way, okay, this is the thing, you should do this. So your
Hmm.
decision is going to be hijacked or it is influenced by the third parties. They can be the machine, algorithm, the person or
Hmm.
something, the pop up the applications. So that each country, their color, their choices, gender bias, these things, this is different. So the advertisement company, the publicity marketing, they use it. Okay, this country is specific to this one, and we need to target this area for our brand and for our like marketing and publicity for a new thing. For example, might be the iPhone, the color choice will be different in Pakistan. It will be iPhone choice of the color of their case. It will be different in China, and it will be different in the US and the Northern America or something,
Hmm.
according to the region. So in this way, we need to understand how we can live with the real life, how we can need to make the balance with our family, friends, and with our children. And then the parenting is a big issue now. Okay,
Yeah.
so no, everybody is different. So the parenting things or something. So the here is the key term is that how then the questions go to that, okay, so what we should do, okay, where I am falling. So this is the key question now.
Yeah. So there's another, key theme in your book, one of the key themes. Um, it revolves around the need for digital fasting and
Yeah.
conscious engagement with technology. And you also
Mm,
discuss concepts like FOMO, fear of missing out, and digital
yeah.
nostalgia, which highlight
Mm,
the negative impacts of excessive social media use. Some might interpret this as a call to disconnect entirely from the digital media. Is that
mm.
what you are advocating, or is your message more about balancing rather than total rejection of digital engagement?
No, no, the total rejection is not possible now. We are living in the era of technology and artificial intelligence and then super intelligence. So we cannot hide from there. We cannot go to the basics to the live with totally with the nature. Okay, so here is a key thing for your audience that we have a 24-hour. Okay, so the 24 hours, especially in America, in Chicago, in the Labor Day we make. So 8 hour is for your sleep, 8 hour is for your family, and 8 hour is for your work, business, setting, education. So the 24-hour is three parts: family, sleep, and your business. Okay, so the business, you must use your technology, or if you are doing education, business, whatever the setting you are, you will use the best technology to serve you to get the good result for your business, for your finance, for your working, whatever you're doing for your earning or for your daily life. Okay,
Yeah.
so there are 8 hours for your family setting. So we always need to make the balance in our life. Okay, so
Mm,
when you are the digital fasting, the concept is that, okay, so now you are sleeping, then sleep it. Okay, so
mm,
in a one bed, that the spouse is on the other side to taking with the mobile and application, and you are another, and the kids, they are doing with that one. So this is, we need to make the balance with that one. So
mm,
for the family matters, when you are on the table, okay, so switch off, do some digital fasting for a 1 hour, and give the real question. Okay, your shirt color, I really like it. Okay, where you buy it? Go for the basics. For example, when you say that if you need a new idea, read an old book. Okay,
mm,
if you need a new idea, we always need to go for the basics, go for the old in a traditional way, go read a old book. Okay, there is a phrase, I don't know who said this one, but it's a really works. Even this 2025, the era of technology and algorithm and so many things. So this is the digital fasting, is that how we can make balance between the 8 hour for the sleep, 8 hour our business setting, and 8 hour for our family. If we give this message to our family and the friends, so they will consciously mind, oh, this is my family time. I want to do exercise. I want to have a good meal. I want to enjoy the meal. Okay, for example, if you are eating the burger, especially in the American context, the fast food is very common there. You cannot enjoy the taste of the burger if you are using the applications. Okay, so this is the digital fasting mean, do one thing in a one time to keep enjoy things. If you are talking with your family, with your mom or grandpa, or your siblings or spouse, or whatever, so give the fully attraction, and they will also give you value for that one. Oh, this person is fully into me, or the spouse, or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
But you see, the problem is that all three, brackets that you have created,
Yeah.
24 hours, the
Mhm.
the attention economy.
Mm.
Now,
Yeah.
these three brackets might overlap as well, because for
Mm.
even for family time, I have seen families interacting with each other on, for example, collaborating on watching Netflix a show together while being in
Mm.
different, parts of the world. And families are using WhatsApp groups as the
Mm.
every family has a family group of WhatsApp. So they are
Mm.
interacting so they are interacting with each other, they are doing family time, but they are doing it digitally. And then there is other thing, the work. So the work is so
Mm.
many people in the US. I'm not sure about China. I've never been to China, but so many people even now in the US, in Pakistan, in India are working online. And so there cannot be any respite from digital media in that sphere as well. So there's only 8 hours left for sleeping. The rest of the
Yeah.
thing are so
Mm.
and then reading books, etc. All
Mm.
these things are, you use Kindle. I use Kindle because it's so
Yeah.
convenient. And instead of carrying 100 books, I
Mm.
carry my Kindle anywhere, and
Yeah.
I can consult any book which is in my Kindle. And now I think Amazon is thinking of, or it has already done it. It is disabled the feature of downloading the books. So
Yeah.
not have any right to download the
Mm.
book. So anyway, so how do you fast digitally when all of this is so digital? Our children play on, and I'm going to
Mhm.
ask you another question on esports. That's another part of, so
Mhm.
we'll reserve our comments on that for the
Mhm.
later part. But then how do we fast? It's so much infused and
Yeah.
penetrated in
Mhm. Yeah, this is a good question actually, because we need to take the help of the technology to talk, just like what we are now doing for the Zoom.
mind.
Actually, no, this is the purpose to do this thing. Okay. So Actually, when there is an idea, if you want to enjoy the things, go for the basics. You want
Hmm.
to enjoy the food, then enjoy the food while cooking. Okay, while cooking, I also listen to the audiobooks, especially in
Hmm.
the morning breakfast when I cook. When I make for myself in the morning breakfast thing, so I listen to the audiobooks. So
Correct.
technology is helping me. But when in front of me, my spouse is there, or my kids, or my children, my grandpa, then
Hmm.
I need to be with them. Technology is a best servant. Technology is always there to help you to do your things in a best way. But we also want to enjoy the real life relationship as well. So that's why the thing is that after that, my book, the subtitle is that how social media and AI is changing our reality. Reality is mean that how it's going to change our real life relationship that we need to save. Okay, we
Hmm.
need to save our finance things, we need to save our health, we need to save our real life relationship, if you believe on the spirituality or whatever. So these are the real there. So to connecting with the god or connecting with your other things, you don't need that digital devices or something. From the spiritual point of view, that is the heart and the body connection to connect with the different things. So here is the digital fasting is mean that whatever you want to do, take help from the technology, but we need to keep the balance. How much I need to take from that? Yes, the books has been changed from the paperwork to the their one, but there are some people I really like want to have a real hard book, although it's very expensive to buy a hard book and to read on the Kindle. So I really still I like to have a smell of the book from the opening the pages and yeah,
Absolutely.
it's
I
really fascinates
so
me.
with you on that. And you know what?
Yeah,
Another thing that I've noticed, let alone the book, if let's talk about an article, a newspaper article. If
sure.
you read it on the real newspaper, the
Mhm.
retention is 100% more than I read it when I read it on computer. And on
Mhm.
computer is still better than when I read it on my tablet or phone.
Ah, yeah.
So it's like it's very strange. The smaller the screen, the retention
Mm.
of the content also is smaller. And on
Yeah.
paper, on the paper form, the hard form or the book, paper form book, that has a lot of retention.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
amazing because the books
Mhm.
that I have read on Kindle or on computer on my phone, I think I forget
Mm.
within a
Couple of days you will forget. Yeah.
yeah.
Couple of days.
Yeah,
Within a one
exactly.
week.
Couple of
Yeah.
days or
Yeah.
max a week.
Mm.
But on the other hand, when I use the paper book, that is
Mm.
when I really enjoy, especially fiction. You really
Yeah.
enjoy fiction while reading the real,
Mm.
and audio
Mm.
you said is the same. Audiobooks retain
Mm.
even worse. I
Yeah.
don't
Mm.
know. So yeah, it's like I haven't read anything when I use
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah. In
use
a nutshell.
audiobooks when I'm traveling or I'm on train, I'm on, bus, or I'm
Mm.
cooking or I'm
Mm.
doing, the chores. So I use audiobooks because that's better than, listening to
Mm.
podcasts or
Mm.
other
Mm.
things.
Yeah.
Then
Mm.
I feel like I haven't read anything and
Mm.
nothing value added,
Mm.
Anyway, let's move ahead. Over the past decade, social media, and as you also talk about in your book, I haven't read it completely, but uh, as little as I have been exposed to the content of your books, uh, you also talk about how it has evolved, the social media, from a tool for a personal connection to maybe global battleground of
Mm.
narratives, activism, and then I would also talk about misinformation and political influence as well,
Mm. Mm.
how it has impacted, electoral processes in different countries. Where do you see this evolution heading? Will social media continue to function the way we know it today, or do you foresee a fundamental transformation in how human interaction with digital spaces will change itself and change the world and change how we interact with each other in real life, not just digitally?
Mm. Yeah, this is very important question, especially when there is elections in America
Mm,
and or anywhere. So Twitter will show you who is going to win. Okay, so
Yeah.
Twitter algorithms, so it has, we call it like a biased in the machine learning as well in the machines. So Twitter will show you, okay, this party is going to win or XYZ is going to win, but the narrative in the real, it will be different. So here is the thing that, okay, the marketing companies, the governments, and whatever the party, they will use and they will utilize the technology to get the results whatever they want. Okay, the government's point of view, from the political point of view, there is the thing. But in the contrast, now the, especially from the first world, from I talk about the European context and the American, the privacy is a big matter. So they say, okay, if the cookies, if the algorithms, they are going to take my privacy. For example, if I'm talking on the WhatsApp, okay, I am going to the vote of this party. Okay, your application take that information from you, and your application, they know you that, okay, this person like this party and he is going to this one, and then this way, this algorithms will ultimately tell on the application, might be the Twitter, Facebook, or their Twitter handle or something. They will tell, okay, this people or this family or this country or this city, they have a more inclination to party A, or this have a more inclination to the party B. Okay, so your privacy is out. So in the European and the Western context, they are more concerned about the privacy thing that we talked about earlier, that when we are
Mm.
talking, we are having dinner, we are talking about political issue, some other affairs, business affair issues. So the our application, they are, or when we are doing the messages, they are taking our information and then they are giving to the third party, okay, this person like this color, this party, or this choice. So this is our privacy matters. So now the rules and regulations come. So there, most of the countries and the applications, they are going to be open with the third party. Okay, you would you like to sell your information, okay, to the third parties? So no, the rules and regulation really matters. Might be in the Western context, they will pass the bills. Okay, the application are hijacking my information. They already, if I even I did not go to vote cast, but the Twitter algorithms or some application algorithm, they are telling, okay, this state belongs to Republican or this state belongs to the Democratic or something. So already been there. So there is a rules and regulation is going to be table on table in different governments, and in a different way, the rules and regulations are going to be on the table, and they need to pass the law about the privacy things and the how to control the applications. So this is a big concerns now from the government point of view, from the individual privacy point of view, because the individual privacy is more like important for me, that my information I should keep with myself, my choice. It can be changed by there, but the pop-up applications, the notification, they are totally controlling your mind, that what you need to do next. So for example, not the chat GTP. We take the help from the chat GTP. Give me top 5 options. Give me top 10 options. I want to buy this brand, or I have a this budget. I want to buy a phone. You will type on the chat GTP, or might be the DeepSeek or whatever the applications now are there. They will give you a top 10 recommendation. No, you will not Google it. You will go there because they are taking the information from there. But this is come with the biasness of the technology or the algorithm. They, whatever you have feed, they will give you the top 10 there, and you will see that, oh, this company is there, but it is not in the top 10 list there from the chat GTP or from there. So this is the now the big concerns is coming. Who is giving you a decision? Know that everything we are taking help from the chat GTP or from the application, they make the answer for you, or they type for you. So gender bias is there, color bias is there, your personal choice or your political bias is also there. This is a big concerns, and now the bill will be passed in the parliament and some other way, how we can control the balance and how we can control the privacy or my personal information not to leak out in a public.
Yeah. And that was precisely my
Mm.
next question about, like, the governments and societies worldwide.
Yeah.
They are struggling really hard to navigate the complex realities,
Mm. Mm.
created by this digital age. Some leaders advocate for stronger regulations to curb social media's harmful effects. Like in Pakistan, for example, I have heard a lot about digital terrorism. So they
Mm.
consider dissent terrorism, and while other uh, the human rights activists and pro-democracy, democracy defenders, they warn against government overreach and censorship. From your research, what are the most practical recommendations that you have for both governments and the civil society
Mhm.
for successfully managing social media's influence while minimizing harm? And from harm, I mean the kind of
Mhm.
harm you have talked about in your book, and the censorship, because it's hayward, it's unbridled, the social media. So there is and we'll talk about it later, but, go ahead with your.
Yeah, for the my recommendation or like what I have studied and in the give I have talked about this. Yeah, there are some your fundamental rights from country to country. They are very different. Okay, so especially we talk about the South Asian perspective, the freedom of expression and freedom of speech. That is very much complex way. Okay, so there are different rules and regulations are coming. Government wants to always control the public. Public wants to have a free freedom of speech and free freedom of expression, but there should be some bottom line there. Okay, you should not talk about below the belt. Okay, especially from the citizen point of view. What I have learned in living in a different countries or different perspective is there. So this is the two party way. This is the two way. Citizen, they need to have, okay, how we will react as a digital citizen. For example, if I blame to a party A, whole world is looking to me that, oh, this person is a blaming to a party A, and the government, the whole world is looking out there. Okay, this government is blaming on the citizen, and they are making the rules to control the freedom of speech, to control the okay, freedom of expression. But it will vary country to country and the people to understand the how, what are my digital rights, how I will look like as a digital citizen. There are some terminology we usually use as a digital citizen, or digital privacy, or like digitalization or something like that. For example, I tell you, bank give you a phone call. Do you want to have to buy this and that thing? Who give my information to the bank that I have this money in my bank and I am eligible to buy this property or this car? The third parties, mostly the companies, the application, they sell your information to the big parties, to the banks, and the banks, they have the other things. There is a connection between them. So the private sector, the governments, and the citizen, they need to be keep the balance between them. Okay, this is my personal information. Do not sell that. How much money I have in my bank? Why I got a call from my bank or some mobile company that you do you want to buy this ABC land property car? Who give my information? Okay, this is the citizen perspective. Coming back to the government one, because the government is controlling, they want to spread the agenda from the party A. It can be Republican, Democrats, or whatever, the liberalism or whatever there is. So they need to make the balance. Okay, this is the privacy rights of the citizens, and how we can make it the balance with that. So we need to be responsible. I have seen the practices, the people, they never talk about anything against the government in some particular way that will damage their respect worldwide. This is the consciousness or is the level of the people. They have practiced the true democracy. Okay, so in the Pakistan and the India, in the South Asian context, the practice of a democracy is not been in the practice. Okay, so there is a long way to go where the Europe reached in the 300 to 400 years they took. So to call it individualism or freedom of speech or freedom. So this is the always the way that, okay, governments also realize this is our way to talk to the people, not going to the govern the rules and the regulation, that if you say against to the government or a party A and party B, then we will take you to the court and to the prison that way. And then actually this always react in a very negative way. People wants to express themselves about their fundamental rights, or what are the rights the state is giving to them. But it's always the two-way things. Government realize, okay, this is our real things, and what the fundamental rights or the basic rights we are giving to the citizen, or how the citizen, they in the way two-way correspond to the government's rights. Either they will respect it, either they will abuse it, and what they will going to do. So this is my personal perspective. This is always the two-way process, not the governments only can
Course.
do.
I mean, but
Yes.
it's too, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I think it's too general. Where do you think the line should be drawn? How do we prevent harmful content and digital manipulation without silencing free expression and dissent? Where, for example, any dissent can be prevented, can be protected with the free expression, freedom of expression principles. But then, if any dissent can also be considered harmful for certain people or the governments.
Mhm.
So, where do we draw the line? How do we, uh, create a balance between curbing disinformation? Because
Mhm.
disinformation is bad for human society, disinformation is bad
Yeah.
for.
Mhm.
So, how do we control that disinformation through social media, yet respecting the free expression and free speech? Where is
Yeah.
that?
The deadline is always about the culture, which culture you are living. If your culture is a kind of a religious or you are heavy culture, or if your culture is an open culture, just like in the Western way. So
Mm,
it's depend on the, according to my understanding and reading, which culture you are living. In some cultures, okay, you can wear the full clothes. In some culture, you if you do not wear the full clothes, you are sitting in a dining or you are sitting in a culture in a different setting, it's acceptable. It's totally about the society, which society you are living. And according to the society norms and the culture, the rules and regulations should be according to that one. Okay, in a
mm,
Western way, religion does not consist there. So religion is not a problem. But in a South Asian context, religion is a huge sensitive things. We cannot talk in a some way that can hurt the feeling of the other person. So it's
mm,
all about the cultural values that you need to value for other. For example, in Pakistan, we have cultural values for the male and the female in a very different way. That is very much different from the Western and the Eastern perspective. That is very much way. So the country to country, we need to make the rules and regulation according to the cultural values that is acceptable for you as well and for acceptable for the government as well. So this is the realization process that will go on. This is not the thing that we make the law today and it will be implemented tomorrow. But nobody will obey in that particular way until understand you understand the values and the culture and the ethnicity or ethnicity of this all the things. And it's a long way process. We always study, we examine the things, and then we say, okay, this could be a better choice for their people or their citizen online and offline. How you do the things.
yeah. Well, I would not, personally speaking, I would not give that much precedence to culture, because culture in many
Mhm.
ways is oppressive for certain people, for example, women. So I would just
Yeah,
not rely on that. I think the universal values of fairness, justice, and equality, rule of law,
yeah.
they should
These
be
are the
adhered to
fundamental. Yeah.
adhered to by every country and every government. So, as we know, the power to regulate content does not solely, rest with the governments. Uh, Social media platforms also play a major role. So, in your opinion, what specific measures should platforms like Facebook, X, YouTube, they should take to mitigate the harm, ensure transparency, and protect users from digital manipulation, if not disinformation? Because digitally, their
Yeah.
own algorithms digitally manipulate us.
Yeah, this is a good question. Actually, the problem is that every application is bombarded with the advertisement and the publicity. Okay, they need to take your information and they need to sell when we do the acceptance of the terms and the accept the cookies or like this, their terms and the condition. So it's mean that okay, I am giving my phone number, my address, or whatever my likes the application when I register. So all this information is going to use for a third party for the especially for the marketing and the publicity purposes. Okay, so the application is also in a control with the business point of view. Okay, although they are free to use in a publicly, they can
Mm,
use it. But I think so the different the countries and their government they have realized that now we need to deal with the privacy matters or these things that the people if they want to talk they should not talk below the belt. If they want to choose something or their information it should not be exploited by the companies and they should not be sold to the third parties. Although you have to when you register you have to agree with that. I think that the governments they are making the laws and the regulations according to the this one, or then you should become that you should not register your information or something that you think that it can be stolen and it can be sold to the third parties for their different kind of a purpose that they are going to use it. So the always the thing is that you need to governments and the regulation company, they need to realize it, what it can be the harmful effect. For example, I think the Facebook and the other application, they, when you abuse somebody or you do use the words, they can delete your information, or they can use it. But it is really depend which language you are using. The algorithms can depict that, okay, this is abusive language, we should delete this one, or if you do this one. So it depends on the application to application. But if the application is made by the Western countries, their application and the standard will be different if you use in the Asian context. Okay. Some things will be acceptable in the Western, it cannot be acceptable in the Eastern context. So this is also the problem. So there are things, so governments and the regulation company, they can control it. The best basic thing from the digital citizen perspective, that the my information should not be sold without my permission. This is the basic key thing. So now the all the rules and regulation based on that, what you are using, if you are manipulating somebody or some party or some person, so it should be deleted or it should not be there. But this also show that this person is the what level of the conscious he is talking about in a blog, in a way, or in a spreading the information right and wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, but you see, these platforms do not adhere to the progressive and liberal interpretation of the, for example, community guidelines. When it was Twitter, it used to be a completely different organism. As soon as it has become X under Elon Musk, now they do not entertain the, major complaints about trolling, abusive behavior, etc. They have started selling that blue tick as well. So it's a lot of stuff that
Mhm.
needs to be regulated by the platforms themselves. And since they are profit-making big transnational companies,
Well, mhm.
they are like it's very difficult to convince them to regulate themselves, because a lot of things governments don't need to enforce, is the platform that could enforce. So I hope we will read stuff about this in, if not your book, in your upcoming works. But the last question, okay, second last maybe, but I wanted to talk about esports and online gaming, which have completely exploded in, popularity. And it has created a couple of games are, banned in Pakistan as well, PUBG
Mhm.
or something. I'm not well versed in.
Yeah, PUBG.
But you know, this is now a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yes, true.
But concerns are growing about its impact on children's physical activity and, social.
Mhm.
Do you think esports could replace traditional sports? And if so, I think they have replaced to some extent. How
Yes.
do we balance the rise of, digital entertainment with the importance of real world physical activity? When we were young, playing
Used to
is
play whole
actually
day.
sitting on ground. Now playing, a toddler sits and plays on
Yeah.
mama's tablet. So
Mm.
don't you think it's how do we balance that?
Yeah. Okay. So this is a concept. Digital screen time has moved to the 8 hours in a day, and we need to save our health by having a like a physical activity in our way. Okay. So these are the things that we need to learn from the school. If the school we send our children to the school. If the school is also giving, okay, sit here, play the games and learn the language or learn the things, that we also need to make the balance in the school activity. Okay, if there is a 1 hour to play the games online, then the next hour can be to go to the ground and to play in a physical way. This is
Mm,
the school things where your children is going for many hours. Then you go back home. Okay, you want to make a friends. For example, for the language learners, when you especially live in a country where the same language is, you find some language learner partners. Somebody is there. Okay, I want to speak or learn Spanish language. I want to learn like a German or Chinese or something. Then you find the co people. Okay, I'm also interested to learn. Okay, this learning is also good. But again, we need to keep the balance with the technology and with
mm,
the real life. Okay, so I need to tell to myself, okay, this is my time, my precious time. I need to go for the gym. I need to have a walk for minimum, like for a one person, if you are adult above the 18 years age, you need to have a 3 to 5 kilometer or 3 to 6 kilometer walk per day for a normal person. 8 hours sleep, 6 to 8 hours sleep. These are the fundamental things. And to have some like a physical activity. These are the things we learn from the society as well. For example, in a Chinese society, they do have some physical games, especially the women's in the evening time after the sunset, after the dinner, especially they have a dinner time between 6 to 7. They go for the dance, and they every community women's they get together. They play the music and they do the dance of different songs. It can be like mostly the Chinese song, but there is a kind of a socialization pattern. Okay, this thing is like common here. I'm just giving you the example of the Chinese society. The average life expectancy is 85 years here and very healthy. Okay, so that health is because of they have make the balance of a socialization. They do the activities in a physical way, especially the from the parenting point of view that okay, your children, mother should think about or parents should think about that. Okay, my child he was in the school. So what the pattern of a school is there? They have online classes, they have a play video games, or what they are doing. If you can see the timetable, okay, this my I think the 4 hour he's sitting on the chair. Then for my children under the age of 12 or 13, then he must play 6 to 7 hour in the field or in some way you can make in your apartment or in your house or something, that the physical things should jumping or climbing, especially for the children, or if you are an adult or somewhere in the middle age, then you go for a walk or something. So these are the some things that we need to keep balance while reading. Okay, physical book, you will open something, there is physical with the hand. When you will read on the Kindle, you are stuck with your eye, and your eye is not the syncing with that one, or it's not making the eye I like it's not blinking in that way in a natural. So this thing, the digital health or digital phenomena or something, we need to learn about this. So there are some books about there, but I think the school and the offices, even in China, you have a 2 hour 30 minutes break, the lunch break, 2 hour 30 minutes, I think is the highest time in around the world. You must have a nap. Everybody, when you work in the office, so you have a bed, you can open it, you can lie down. Okay, under your seat, wherever your table is there, must have a nap for 30 minutes. 30 minutes is for lunch and 30 minutes to talking and socialization. So this is the society and the office, school, and your private setting is giving to you to do the bad. In China, every community, no, they have a high rise tall building, and every building you will astonished to hear about 33 floor are very common. 33 floors, or I am living on a 16th floor. Okay, so 32, 33 is very much. But whenever I go down taking the lift,
Hmm.
the first thing I will see that is some like machines are there, free, open to use, some exercise machine. So people come and go, just jumping and playing with that. Okay, so this is a societal things that they have given you where you are living, where you are working. You can have a rest, nap time, and in the school thing, more physical game. So here we can make the balance your office setting, your school setting in education if you are in a student or somewhere, and in your home where you can do some exercise or some running, or you should know that okay, I am in this age group, what should be my measure. Okay, this the east is very much conscious about the vegetarian stuff, or I will eat the food this, although no, like 80% people they eat from the outside. Fast food is very common in the here in the eastern perspective as well. The cooking at home is going to be less and less between the spouse, because both are in a working condition, so there is no time for cooking. So but there is a balance. You can see where the more life expectancy, there is a balance between the use of technology, your office setting, your business, and your physical activities.
Yeah, so absolutely. And that is a lot of work. I mean, the
Yeah.
society and the governments,
Mm.
parents, the families, everyone will have to work in unison for achieving the kind of society that
Mm.
you have, very brilliantly put. But now we are coming to the closing of our discussion. So, but I couldn't close it without talking about holy AI, the
Yeah.
intelligence. It's increasingly being embedded in our daily life, be it Chat
Mm.
GPT, Copilot, Gemini, DeepSeek, blah, blah, blah. This is, the copy editors are increasingly, the op-ed editors in newspaper, they're
Mm.
increasingly complaining that they are receiving copies that are so clearly
Yeah.
completely inhuman, unhuman.
Yes.
And human beings are losing jobs to AI,
Mm.
uh,
Mm.
in the USA at least. We used to, experts used to predict 10 years ago that in
Mm.
20 years humans will, but now we just achieved
Mm.
in 10 years. Do you think humans are at risk of losing their authenticity in the digital age? Are we heading towards a future where our online persons become more real than our offline
Yeah.
ones?
Yeah, this is the key question, like we are asking since like 5 to 6 years when the AI is becoming more. Yeah, okay. For your information, driverless cars are now common in China. Driverless cars are very common in China.
One can't even drive for Uber.
Yeah,
No.
Uber, yes. So these kind of, I am living in Wuhan, so it is very common here and okay.
Mhm.
So in my apartment, robot can clean the floor as well. Okay, we have a robot, we make the charge and it can clean the room by detecting the things and this one. So this is a very much, very concerning question. Do not hire the human, okay? Take this application and do your work. You will see on the billboards, don't hire humans, okay? Buy this technology or this device. So this is a basic thing, and the question that how the real human will exist, how the nature, how the animals, where they will go it. Okay,
Mm.
so whenever new things comes, after that, when is saturated in the society, then we come with the new rules and regulations. No, we want to have the real thing. I think so. Next 5 6 years, the flying cars will be also like in common flying cars, and driverless cars are common becoming here, and the technology is replacing the human. This is the key question.
Mm.
Copywriters and the editors, and for example, I teach, my students have a better answer than me, okay? So I did my PhD, I wrote my book, I wrote my research articles, putting I complete this book in a 1 year. But when my students come to me, here is the answer better than me, 10 times better than me. Okay, I know the copy is from here and there. Okay, I need an answer. This is a good answer. So this is replacing the teacher as well. That is, I am concerned about. So
I
every
actually don't, sorry to interrupt you. You will continue after this.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I was teaching at UConn, University of Connecticut, and
Uh-huh.
I taught there for 3 years. The last year has been worse because
Oh,
because of the advent of AI. And student had, the access to AI was, public platform
yeah.
it has increased over last 1 2 years.
Yeah.
And the assignments they would submit, for example, one assignment takes 15 days. They
Couple of weeks.
submit
Yeah.
the assignment in 2 days, and
Yeah.
the quality in terms of the language, English language, perfect sentences, perfect syntax.
Yeah.
But I don't think those assignments were better than if they had tried it themselves. I don't
Yeah.
think their answers were, better than if they had tried
Mm.
themselves, their own mental activity. So I think it's just playing havoc with their natural ability. Sorry, you were saying something. Please continue.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I'm just want to say that everybody, the teachers, they are also concerned about their value as well. The people, the copywriter, the people who work in the factories. So this also happened before. In the 70s, there was an industrial regulation or something, especially in America. People
Yeah.
lost their job. Okay, people lost their job because they were everything is going with the industrial revolution, especially in the Western context, and now in the
Yeah.
Eastern context, everything is made there. So, but we found a way. Actually, when the new things come, we first we become excited. Okay, this is human psychology. When you will see a new purse or something like a new good color, or especially something you want to buy, or your brands, you feel excited. After some time, you will say, "Oh, I get bored from this." This is a human nature. We get bored very quickly, and the information overload will will take your decisions making skill when you have so many applications to pop up, what to choose, where to go, where to have a vacation, and what to buy and what to eat actually. So this is the information overload is getting you bored and making your decision power lower and lower. So you were right that our true self is really like, no, we are on the Zoom online meeting, but when you are sitting with me, first I will offer you a coffee. Please have a coffee with me, and you will let me know what is the taste. Oh, it's bitter, or taste is different, or it's better than the Starbucks coffee. Or I will say to you, I will share my experience in the Eastern perspective. So these are the things we always share, the things, okay, especially the food, weather, whenever we talk with the people and we say, okay, I want to go for that coffee taste. So
Yeah.
human, we want to experience the things, we want to taste the things. Okay, like, so this is the real human thing. So again, we will go back to the basics, that when we want to have an interaction with the real people, no, I want to meet with you. You know, the people who live in the East, they want to meet with you face to face. In the
Hmm.
Western context, okay, online context or something are okay. But our the Eastern values are very much different. We want to
Yeah.
celebrate the things, okay, especially for the marriage ceremony or something still common for a couple of weeks. Here, okay, this is my church time or this is my marriage time. Come to the court and we will celebrate within a 2 hours, okay? And then boom. So then after a couple of years, there is a different news come, okay? So the things are very much different. But we will go back to the basics, and there is a thing we need to realize, and we need to be very much understand the things, how we can use this technology things and how we can keep the balance. So balance is the key in our life. We want to have a balance with our health, with our technology, with our business, and with our real life relationship. So I think so in a couple of years there will be a good rules and regulation, and we will enjoy more technology, and we will be more efficient, we will be more professional in that settings.
Absolutely. Dr. Atik, this has been a truly enriching discussion. Thank you very much. The way you break down these complex issues, whether it's digital addiction, algorithm influence, misinformation, AI driven cultural shifts, it's incredibly thought provoking. I'm so grateful you came.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Yeah, same here. Thank you.
Your book, Digitally Hijacked, The Age of Influence, is a must read for anyone trying to understand the digital forces shaping our lives. It's not just a critique, it's a call to action for a more conscious and responsible digital culture. Thank you, Dr. Atik, and to our viewers. If you found this conversation as insightful as I did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to New Wave Global. Now, let me throw a question to you, to all our audience. Do you think social media should be regulated to curb disinformation and propaganda, or free expression should take precedence? Comment below and let's start a fun discussion in the comment section. And of course, make sure to check out Dr. Atik's book, Digitally Hijacked, The Age of Influence. The link is in the description box. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and keep questioning everything. See you soon.